With so many gated communities on Hilton Head and Bluffton, it can be hard to decide which one is the best fit. Luckily, there are places like Palmetto Hall, where you can enjoy both kinds of low-country neighborhoods in one. It's golf-friendly and golf cart-friendly. Palmetto Hall is one of the few gated communities on Hilton Head where you can ride your golf cart from your front door to your tea time, to the club for lunch, and to the beach and back before sunset. I'm Chris Haro with Keller Williams Realty. It's my pleasure to take you on a drive home to Palmetto Hall. Palmetto Hall owners enjoy a 14,000 square foot clubhouse, a tennis center, a junior Olympic swimming pool, leisure trail, and Ballfield, with a 24/7 on-site security team. Palmetto Hall's 750-acre footprint includes fewer than 530 homes and home sites and 2 tightly maintained 18-hole championship golf courses, which are now owned and run by the Heritage Golf Group. Palmetto Hall is a private golf club that's open to the public. The North Island location is extremely convenient. The front gate is less than a mile from Hilton Head schools, hospital, medical offices, churches, airport, restaurants, shopping, dining, and Native Islander-owned Hilton Head Brewing Company. On our drive home today, we'll take you behind the gates to see moss-draped private roads, azalea-framed resort amenities, and polished, evocative architectural styles. We will not see condos or villas. None of those in Palmetto Hall. Also, Palmetto Hall requires a 6-month minimum lease, so we are not going to see any short-term rentals either. And the entire community is elevated with a gracious, contemporary balance of planned community development and environmental stewardship, which gives Palmetto Hall a sense of peaceful permanence that makes it an extremely welcoming place to call home. From Beach City Road, we turn in toward the front gate. Almost immediately, views of Palmetto Hall's 2 golf courses start pulling you in like 2 outstretched arms. Arthur Hills course on the right, and the Robert Cup course on the left. The Arthur Hills course opened in 1991. It plays 6,918 yards from the back tees with a course rating of 73.8 and a slope of 139. The Robert Cup course opened a couple years later in 1993. It remains one of the highest slope ratings in the state, 152 from the back tees, which is the same rating as the Harbortown Heritage tees at Sea Pines. Besides its challenge, the Cup course is notable for its distinctive, ultra-modern geometric motifs that carry across tee boxes, bunkers, and greens. Course rotation provides exclusive access for members as well as tee times for the public. Palmetto Hall was planned and laid out by the Greenwood Development Company in the early 1990s on land adjacent to the historic Gullah neighborhoods of Baygal and Mitchellville. Greenwood Development is the same company connected with Palmetto Dunes Oceanfront Resort and Shelter Cove. Now, Greenwood later sold the Palmetto Hall Club and golf courses in 2006, and Palmetto Hall continued to build out with custom homes in phased development as the community amenities went through a series of leases until 2022 when Heritage Golf Group purchased the club and the golf courses, starting a series of major improvements. Cruising down Madison Lane, we catch the 16th, 17th, and 18th of the Hills course on our right, and there's a practice area coming up on our left, and the driving range. Welcome to the Palmetto Hall Clubhouse. For the golfing public, this is the extent of your car ride through the community. Now that you've seen the drive to the club from the public entrance, we're going to take you through the private entrance to see the drive home. You can play either course on rotation for the full golf experience, but for the full ownership experience, we're going to cover a lot more of Palmetto Hall's 750 acres in the next few minutes. We're back at the front gate, the private owner's entrance with the 24/7 security team. Most homes in Palmetto Hall range from 1,800 to over 5,000 square feet. Mostly 1- and 2-story homes with stucco, brick, composite-sided, and wood-sided exteriors built from the community's development in the early 1990s through present day. 2- and 3-car garages are most common, and most home sites are about 1/3 of an acre up to 1/2 an acre, large enough to accommodate side entry garages and plenty of room for your golf cart. Lot lines are generally about 90 feet or more at the street. The Cup course gives us 15 and 16 on the left, 17 and 18 on the right. Along the way, we're passing quiet cul-de-sac streets like Madison Lane, Stonewall Circle, Oglethorpe Lane, Musgrove Circle, Hatteras Court, and Lenox Lane. There's the 9th hole on the left between Lenox and Club Manor. Welcome to the Palmetto Hall Clubhouse. Again, this is the same clubhouse we saw from the public entrance. The club has 2 separate approaches, 2 separate parking lots, one on either side. Lots of private parking for members on your right, pro shop, and lots of public parking for future members on your left. Wherever you park, you're gonna feel welcome. Just look for the palmetto tree right in the middle. The Palmetto Hall Clubhouse cuts such a classic profile, evocative of the 1790s. It's actually built in the 1990s. What we see today is a collaboration of award-winning Southern architect Eugene Smith III, hasty construction, and subsequent renovations by Fraser Construction. Modern 14,000 square foot meeting and event space stacked with restaurant and bar on the ground floor and gorgeous views of the driving range from the 2 stories of covered porches in back. After a round of golf, you can unwind a little at Baird's Pub, named after Camp Baird, the Civil War encampment that was located on the 13th hole of the Hills course. The club is also home to neighborhood groups and a year-round calendar of community events. Just next door to the club, you have Community Tennis Center, the Junior Olympic swimming pool and playground. Continuing down Fort Howell, we'll pass the cart path to number 1 on the Hills course, number 9 and number 10 on the Hills course. And on our right, homes on Wildbird have some incredible backyard views of the finishing holes. In Palmetto Hall, property ownership means club membership. While the Palmetto Hall Club and the Owners Association are 2 separate organizations, membership is required for property ownership, and the owners have their choice between social or golf membership options. We're traveling down the longest road in Palmetto Hall, named after Fort Howell, the only fort built by all-black troops to protect an all-black town called Mitchellville, which was the first self-governed town of formerly enslaved people in the United States. That town is remembered at the Mitchellville Freedom Park, just down the road from Palmetto Hall's front gate, and you can see the earthworks from Fort Howell right behind that fence. Welcome to the community ball field. Quick look on the map will show you that we're also close to the Hilton Head Airport. It's not unique to Palmetto Hall, but it is a factor to consider when you're considering buying in the Low Country. Beaufort residents enjoy the sound of freedom, thanks to the Marine Corps Air Station at Beaufort. North Island communities on Hilton Head enjoy the sound of tourism from a single runway. On a 12-mile-long barrier island, everybody is pretty close to the airport. It's not St. Martin close, it's not even Maldives close, but it is part of life on the #1 island in the United States. From the ball field, we're going to cross the cart path to Tucker Ridge. Smaller lots here, 50 to 80 feet across at the curb and mostly under 1/4 of an acre, some are even less than 1/5 of an acre. Generally smaller minimum home size here, just 1,600 square feet compared to 2,000 square feet in other areas of the community. Circling back to Fort Howell, where the crossing here connects number 7 and number 8. Sedge Fern is on our left, and coming up on the right, the cart path to number 5 and 6, and just down the road, the beach. Even though it's not a beachfront community, Palmetto Hall has a very unique relationship with Hilton Head's most popular amenity. And residents here in Palmetto Hall have 2 ways to get their toes in the sand. You can ride out the front gate to the historic Mitchellville Freedom Park, or take the back cart path gate to the newly updated Fish Hole Beach Park near Barker Field. Both these beach access points are off the beaten path enough so that even in peak summer holidays, you rarely see the volume of visitors that you will in places like Forest Beach or Sea Pines. After Sedge Fern, we're moving back toward the Cup course again, crossing the cart path from number 3 to number 4. In 2015, Palmetto Hall was designated as an Audubon Cooperative Sanctuary in recognition of the conservation and stewardship of natural habitat, protected wetlands, ponds and marshes throughout the community. Although these areas aren't always visible from the road, the majority of Palmetto Hall's 36 holes feature lagoons or marsh areas that add challenge to the course and incredible low country views along the fairway and from your backyard. Taking a left on Clyde Lane now. Taking in all these gorgeous views thus far, it's worth mentioning how they all are kept that way. Like most gated communities on Hilton Head, Palmetto Hall is governed by a board of directors with a set of covenants, requirements, restrictions, rules, and approval processes to ensure a higher standard for pretty much everything: architectural design, landscaping, green space, community activities, and private roadways. Your golf cart is going to be white, beige, silver, or tan. Your mailbox will be black and big, 14 3/4 inches tall, 11.5 inches wide, and 24.5 inches deep. Also, we're not chopping down that nice oak tree to make a big, boring straight road with concrete sidewalks. The oak tree was here first. You are going to drive around that tree and enjoy a little extra shade on the ride home. And don't even think about cutting down any tree over 6 inches around at 4 feet above the ground without checking with the association first. I hope we've given you a better appreciation for Palmetto Hall's amenities, character, and lush natural setting. I'm Chris Haro with Keller Williams Realty. I'd love to show you more of Hilton Head Island. Call or text me for the very short list of what's currently available in Palmetto Hall real estate. And thank you so much for taking the drive home with me today.